Good evening and welcome to your 18 WJTS Sports. I'm Jared Atkins, in for the newly wedded Kurt Gooksell this evening. Congratulations go out to Kurt and his bride. The Du Bois County Bombers got their bats going last night in a thriller in Ohio against the Chillicothe Paints as they walked away a winners 11-7. The Bombers had 11 hits and a stolen base in the game. Local pitcher Mick Ublor pitched 2 innings and Jack Harris walked away with the win. Chillicothe had 12 hits with a home run by Gomez, and Noah Jordan was the losing pitcher. The Bombers are off tonight and will be back home tomorrow evening against the Catfish of Cape Girardeau, first pitch being tossed out at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. The Jasper Reds swept a doubleheader from Saline County, Illinois on Saturday. The Reds won Game 1 10-0 in 6 innings. Bo Davis pitched a 2-hitter, fanning 6. Reese Bauer singled and doubled. Cole Trevino had 2 singles. Game 2, the Reds won 11-1. Dax Bailey threw a 4-hitter, Reese Bauer tripled and singled, and Bailey had 2 singles. The Reds are currently 9-0 and will host the Louisville Redbirds this coming Sunday at 2:30 in a doubleheader. The Chicago Cubbies had just 2 hits during a 7-1 loss to the Milwaukee Brewers at American Family Field. Nico Horner led off the game by going yard to give the Cubs an early lead, but Milwaukee plated 7 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Kyle Hendricks was responsible for all 7 runs and was charged with his 6th loss after tossing just 3 2/3 innings. The Cubs are in last place currently in the NL Central at 39-46 in the basement. The Northsiders host the Philadelphia Phillies tomorrow evening. The St. Louis Cardinals shut out the Reds in a series finale of their 4-game set. St. Louis down Cincinnati 2-0 at Busch Stadium. The Cincinnati Reds managed just 2 hits during a 2-0 loss. Jonathan India had a double while Stuart Fairchild added a single. Hunter Green was charged with his 4th loss after allowing a run on 4 hits in 4 2/3 innings. Cincinnati is currently in 4th place in the NL Central at 39-45. Alec Burleson and Mason Wynn each drove in a run to help the Cardinals split the series, and Lance Lynn earned his 4th win after striking out 6 through 6 scoreless innings. The Cardinals have won 3 of 5 and sit second in the NL Central at 43-40. St. Louis visits Pittsburgh tomorrow night while the Reds head to the Bronx for a showdown with the New York Yankees. Elsewhere today in Major League Baseball, it's Bobby Bonilla Day. Bobby Bonilla signed with the Mets on a 5-year, $29 million deal back in 1991, one of the richest contracts in team sports, at the time, but did not live up to the hype. He was eventually traded and bounced to a couple different teams before returning to the Mets back in 1999. The Mets worked out a deal with Bonilla and his agent Dennis Gilbert following that year to buy out his contract in January of 2000, with the agreement stipulating that the franchise would defer payment of the $5.9 million it owed him with 8% interest spread out beginning in 2011 and lasting all the way until 2035. The Indiana Pacers are keeping a key contributor to their front court. According to ESPN, restricted free agent Obi Toppin intends to sign a 4-year, $60 million contract to remain with the Pacers. He averaged 10.3 points on 57.3% shooting from the field in just over 21 minutes per game in his first season with the Pacers. He also recorded 101 dunks and shot 40% from beyond the arc. Indiana acquired him from the New York Knicks last summer for a pair of second-round picks. The Knicks selected Toppin with the 8th overall pick in the 2020 NBA Draft. The Indiana Fever snapped their 2-game skid after taking down the Phoenix Mercury 88-82 at Footprint Center. Aaliyah Boston led the Fever in scoring with 17 points. Caitlin Clark came within 1 rebound of recording a triple-double after scoring 15 points and dishing out 12 assists. The Fever is now 4th in the Eastern Conference at 8-12 and will close out its 5-game road trip tomorrow night at the Las Vegas Aces. Turning to the Superspeedway now, Joey Logano took home the victory at the Alley 400 at the Nashville Superspeedway. The race went to 5 overtimes, the most in NASCAR Cup history. Logano beat out rookie Zane Smith for the win. Tyler Reddick, Ryan Preece, and Chris Buescher rounded out the top 5. Christopher Bell led the most laps in the race at 131, but wrecked on lap 227. Logano led just 9 laps. Check out the next race this weekend on the streets of Chicago. And that will wrap up your evening sports tonight. Filling in for Kurt Gooksell, I'm Jared Atkins.